Welcome back to the beginner-friendly JavaScript series. Until now, we have written code that runs behind the scenes, variables, arrays, objects, etc. But today, your JavaScript will finally touch your web page. That sounds exciting. Yes, we are entering the world of DOM manipulation, where JavaScript can read, change, create, and delete anything on the page. Let's dive in. The DOM stands for Document Object Model, fancy name, but think of it like a family tree of your web page. Every element is a node. JavaScript can climb this tree, pick any element and change it. Here's how we connect JavaScript to HTML.
I have created a folder called DOM manipulation here, and I have added an index.html file inside that. As always, let's do the HTML5 boilerplate. In the body of this HTML page, let's write a header tag, h1 tag, and let's call it title tag of the document. And then we will create a button tag, and we will write the text click me here. And in the h1 tag, we will add the attribute id to this tag and call the attribute title. And in the button, we will write the id button. Just copy the path of this file, go to the browser, paste it here, and you can see the title tag of the document and the click me. We'll add a script file to this HTML page. How do we do that? We create a script tag and add a source. Then in the source, we write script.js. Now, pay attention to this one. Script.js should be in the same folder of DOM manipulation. That's what I have already done. This is the DOM manipulation folder, and we have script.js and html.js, both files in the same folder. Let's see. If the console log is printed, it says hello from JS, that means the JavaScript has been connected to the HTML page. Refresh it and we can see hello from JS, and yes, that's it.
Always load your JavaScript at the bottom so the HTML loads first. Now let us see how we can select elements, as it is the core of DOM manipulation.
Of the title tag, document.get element by id. id is button, and there's another way to select an item, constant button, document.querySelector. querySelector here is id in this case. And if you do a console log of title and button, you will see something here. Just do the refresh and you can see the button is id of the title tag is title. That's why it was taking up a button in both the variables. Now refresh it, we can see title and the button.
getElementById, fastest way to grab an element. querySelector, more flexible, works with CSS selectors. Think of selecting as pointing at something on the page and saying, I want to control this. Let's try changing content and style and make it more interesting.
Now try to change the content of text content of the title tag. This is the new text. Refresh it, the new text is visible here. Now instead of style.color, the color should have a color value blue. Refresh it, this is the blue color now. And now let's try to change the font size. It is, let's say, 90 pixel. Refresh it again, you can see it is bigger, bolder now. That's how we have done the manipulation of this title tag.
With text content attribute, you can change the visible text. With .style, you can change how your page looks. instantly. Now let's try adding element, first creating, then appending.
We can do constant new item document dot create element. What we have to do is we have to create a paragraph tag. In the paragraph tag, there will be the text content. This is the paragraph tag. By default, the color should be black, but we want to change the color of it green. By these three lines, we have created a new paragraph tag, added some attributes to it, but we have not added it to the document yet. To add it to the document, what we do is we will do document.body. Where document.body, that means we're referring to this body tag, and we'll do append child, a new item. So with this, it should add a new element to the HTML page. Go to the HTML again and refresh it. You can see this is the paragraph tag. This has been added dynamically by the JavaScript, and you can see it's not here directly on the HTML page.
This line literally creates a new HTML tag using JavaScript, and append child places it on the page. Last operation would be removing element.
If you want to remove it, just have the reference. Let's say if you want to remove the title, what we can do is title dot remove. We got the reference of the element that we want to remove, and then apply the remove function on it, remove method on it, and it will do the job. So to refresh, and that is it. It's gone. It's gone. But we do not want to remove that one. We just want to remove the newly created one. Refresh it. Now it is back, and the newly created tag is gone now.
And just like that, gone. Now let's put it all together.
We want to put everything together, and let's say if we want something to happen when somebody clicks this button, we have to take the button reference, then add event listener. This time click the first argument to this function, to this add event listener method, and then the function itself. So this is how we are registering an event listener. When somebody clicks the button, this should be logged on the console. Go back to the HTML page, refresh it, and then click me. You can see each time you click the button, a new line appears here in the console. That's not our goal. What we want to do is we want something to happen on this page itself. What we want to do is we want to change the title to a new title one, change the color, and change the font size. We already have the reference of title element, then text content button has been clicked, font to be style color to be green this time, and then we want the font size, it should be style dot font size should be less than 90 pixels. Let's make it 60 pixel this time. Say this, refresh this page, and you see nothing is happening now. Only it will happen when we click this button, and if we click it, you can see the button has been clicked, and its font size has been changed, and its color has been changed. That's how we do the DOM manipulation.
When the user clicks, the heading instantly reacts. This is the magic of DOM manipulation. So today, you saw how JavaScript can select elements, change them, create new ones, and even remove them. In the next video, we will do a hands-on small project where we will use DOM manipulation and events in JavaScript. So make sure you subscribe and get notification when the video is published. Thank you so much.